Good morning, Florida, surrounding areas that have been affected by Hurricane Ian. Here lately we've been getting well, it's not lately, it's been going on a long time, but you've been hearing a lot of bad things about public insurance adjusters and storm chasers and locusts. And you're hearing these things from some very high places, and you're hearing them from some insurance agents and people that you would typically trust. Now, I want you to understand on the first part of that is the insurance agents are the people that owe you money. While they perform for a carrier, that carrier is their employer. The better their employer does financially, the better that agent does. No matter how they look at it, that's the way things go. Company does better, people do better. We understand business. If they pay more on your claim, that means the company does worse, and it means that the agent is then somehow, some way going to get the fall down effect of not doing as much business as they would have for the money they made. So there is an element that we're not talking about, which is that these people are advising you not to seek the only legally legislative folks that are able to help you, which is a licensed public insurance adjuster or an attorney in the event of a loss. Now, vilifying these people is dead wrong. There's no way that anybody could say that it's not dead wrong to say what they've been saying on the news. They've even went further than saying that it's dead wrong. You've had actual agents in posted print all over Florida stating that you should not sign a contract with anyone until you have let your agent review it. Okay, now there's a difference in words, and words are important. When you say you shouldn't or that you will not, two different things. They're saying that you should not. They don't have the ability to say that. And what that means is that there's only really one entity in the entire world, in any state that you're in that's in a modern civilization, in the United States especially, that a person can advise you on a contract that is not you. That person would be an attorney. It's not a public adjuster. It's damn sure not an agent. It's not the government officials. The person that can advise you as to whether or not you can sign a contract or should sign a contract can only be an attorney. Anybody else that would be advising that, especially somebody that would be advertising via public print that you should contact them before you sign a contract, the only thing that they could be doing is reviewing the contract. So if they're reviewing the contract, the only person that can do that is an attorney. And so what they're doing is dead wrong, and they're doing it on a large scale, and they're doing it with public support and official support, and we're looking into that heavily right now. So be very clear. You folks that are doing that, you're not an attorney. See, here's how the conversation should go. You only have two people that can help you. An attorney, there's a time and a place for an attorney, and a licensed public adjuster. The public adjuster's time's in the beginning of the claim. It's not in the end. It's not after the insurance company failed. It is in the beginning because it is the insured's duty to perform under that policy. If they cannot perform, then it must be done by somebody who is legally capable by the law of the land. The law of the land says the only two people that can do that, again, is that attorney or that public adjuster. So by saying what you're saying, you're removing the only legal entities that can help these folks. Then we'll go one step further. If you're breaking the law, you're no longer a professional. In any professional industry that I'm aware of and the laws that I'm aware of, I'm not a lawyer, I'm a public adjuster, and I'm being very clear on that. My professional license requires me to follow the law, and that if I break the law, I must tell them that I broke the law, and then they make a decision whether to suspend my license until I'm found either innocent or guilty, or to allow me to continue forward because the situation merits that I have my character is such that they've never seen something like this. So it may be something that is going on otherwise. So they have the ability to do that, which means that when you get convicted, your license is gone. It's not suspended, it's revoked. And especially if it pertains to business in your license category. For instance, insurance. If you're a public insurance adjuster and you're doing something that's harming insurance, because of your license, you know that that's illegal and that you're not supposed to be doing it. And if you do get caught doing it, the penalty is the swift revocation of that license. So the people that they're talking about, they're forming the narrative around the fact that they're calling these people licensed, or they're calling them public insurance adjusters, they're calling them contractors, roofers. Those things would only hold true if those folks followed the law. If they didn't follow the law, then they become criminals, and their license, if they had one before, is now going to be revoked. And if they didn't have one before, then they're in even more trouble. So there is at no time that the insurance company should be telling you via their agents, their representatives, or their friends in the official bodies that we call our government, that you shouldn't be hiring the only person that can actually help you. The conversation should go like this. Somebody provided you with a contract? Yes. Fantastic. What you should do is, number one, you should contact your attorney, and you should let them review this document to see if this document is in fact a legal document, if it complies with the Florida statutes, and has all of the disclaimers and warranties to protect the insured on there that are there. If it doesn't have these things, then you automatically know that you're in problem. Oops, sorry about that. You automatically know that you have an issue, and that you don't need to move forward, and that you might need to file a complaint on this person because they're not in compliance and you want to keep from them hurting somebody else. However, on the flip token, if the attorney does read the document and says, no, that document's completely legal and good, then during that time you should have moved to step 2, which is to review who these people are. Who are they? Where did they come from? Let me see their Facebook profile. Looks like and I'll mention Frank Dalton with Coastal Claims. He had a client who canceled his contract within the 10-day rescission period, which, by the way, I believe is unconstitutional. Everybody else has 72 hours. We get 10 days. This is a specific reason why, so that they can have this 10-day period so they can get you to cancel or not sign in that amount of time. Folks, you have duties. The insurance company cannot perform those duties for you, and always remember, the person that owes you the money is sending their guy out to tell you how much. That being the fact, that's a conflict of interest. On to the review process. Again, back to it. Check the person out. Is the rest of the internet saying, today we live in an age where you can find out who people are in a very short period, is the rest of the internet saying that this person is a crook and a locust and somebody that you should not hire? Or are there 50 or 60 people that are actually clients and neighbors and friends of yours that have hired these people and found phenomenal results of what they were actually owed? A public insurance adjuster cannot get you more money than you're owed, and that's not our job. Our job is to provide performance under that policy for you. Once we do that, the net result is that we get all the coverages that are available. That means more money at the end of the day, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing, and that's not what the percentage that we charge is for. The percentage is to perform for you. We are the only legal entity that can perform for you, and if somebody's telling that you shouldn't hire those people, you should be looking at those people and go, wait, what is your ulterior motive in this? Do you have an investment somewhere in this? Are you maybe getting campaign donations? Are you getting dividends off stocks that you have in these? Are any of these things factors that are driving why you're saying the things that you're saying? Because the only people that can help you are those licensed folks. So anybody that wants to hire you should be able to hire you. There should be no restrictions. You are an American citizen. Not a single person in this world can tell you that you have the right to sign a contract or that you don't. That is your God-given, inalienable rights that our Constitution gives to us. So to tell you that you can't or that you shouldn't is an absolute travesty. That travesty is going on, and many, many, many people are being harmed on both sides of the fence. Mr. Dalton handled it with grace. He absolutely let the person out of their contract and was very nice and that's grace and humility. That doesn't sound like a locust to me. That doesn't sound like somebody who's trying to prey off of somebody else. It sounds like somebody who said, okay, you don't feel comfortable with this deal, and I don't want you to enter into any agreement that you don't feel comfortable with. But what I'd like to know is that person, if you're listening, if you ever see this video, if you are the person that canceled the contract with Frank Dalton with Coastal Claims, I'd like you to let me know if this negative media coverage had an effect on your decision. Is it the media coverage that made you call and cancel the contract? Did you, in fact, review the document before you signed it? If you did, and you agreed that you needed help with the claim, what is the determination that made you change your mind? And is that determination because that there was so much negative media coverage on public insurance adjusters and people telling you flat out, do not sign a contract until you talk to your agent? Is it those things that made you change the contract? And if it is, then please contact me. I'm easy to get a hold of. My name is Cal Spoon. I'm on Insurancebusters.net, co-owner of Policyholder Preservation Association of America, publicadjusterbootcamp.com. We are heavily vested in this industry, and we don't want to see it be taken away because of bad actors, of criminals. The people that I know and love in this industry, the very ones who have been out here in the community feeding you out of their pockets, not only me, but many, many people, to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars since this event happened. These people that are in the community, boots on the ground, feeding you, while the other people have not sent you a single anything, are telling you that you should not hire these other people. You need to look at those things. Always follow the money. Always follow the money. What happens when you do what you did? Is there a net result, and is there a profit from it? And if that profit is had, if a benefit is to be had, who is it that's going to have this benefit? Is it you who are being owed the money, or the people who actually owe you the money that are attempting to get you to stay away from the only people in the world who can help you? Something to chew on. And for you folks that are doing it, understand, I don't like it. This profession is the best thing that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've seen some really good things. I've had children. Understand that. I've had children, and I rank this thing up there with them because of what it has done for so many people in my lifetime. It makes me emotional. It makes me angry, and when I see these things come out and they attack this thing that I love so much that can help so many people, we fight back. We fight back hard. We have stood in the middle of the street and challenged the largest, most well-funded organization in the world. We've done it for the last 13 years, and if you think for 1 second that we are going to sit back, not just me, the entire industry that's on this side is standing up, and we are sick of it. It is unacceptable what you have done and who you have harmed. You have harmed both sides. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm emotional, and you should be too. I don't care if you're in the industry or if you're an insured on the other side, but if the people are trying to keep you from the very help that will save you in this ruin that we call Hurricane Ian, it is going to be a public adjuster and an attorney, because it's not going to be the person that owes you the money. And anybody that would try to keep you from them, there is a damn problem. I love you folks. Keep your chin up. We're going to get through this thing, and we're going to make sure that they don't take your only option out away. You contractors, this is for you too. They're doing it to you. They're doing it to us. And it's all from a direct level of trying to make sure that they don't spend more money. I can't make you pay more than you owe. Why are you mad at me if I made you pay simply what you owe? Where is the problem with that? That is the contractual agreement that you gave to the insured when they gave you money. If you come to me and you come to me correctly as that policy states, and you provide all of that information and you do perform under that policy, I owe you these dollars. Where is the fallacy in that? Where's the nefarious intent? Where's the criminal intent? Where's the locus in that action? It is not. It is in reverse, and it is the people who are trying to keep you from getting that very legal, legitimate help that the legislative body put in when they put in public insurance adjuster. I love you. You have a good day, and we'll see you soon.